Hey folks, before we get started with this episode, we wanted to let you know about our sponsor, Anchor.fm. When Chloe and I decided that we wanted to have a podcast, we instantly knew that we needed to have a website where we could host it, and that would get it everywhere to everybody easily and efficiently. And that's when we found Anchor.fm. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your product. That means that you can get paid a podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading this ad. Anchor has made it easy for us to upload one episode in one spot and have it show up in Apple Podcasts and on Spotify and on Stitcher. It has made it easy for us to put ourselves out there for potential sponsors, and it's made it easier for us to just get this podcast running as a whole. So if you want to start a podcast like we did, go to Anchor.fm/start and get yourself going. All right, let's get to this episode. We at Our Damn Podcast want you to remember that possessing, using, distributing, or selling cannabis is still a federal crime, and we do not condone the use of cannabis except where permissible by state law. Hey everybody, this is Derek.
And this is Chloe.
And this is Our Damn Podcast.
Hi friends, it's me. I'm hosting this podcast this time. It's my turn. I don't know if you guys listened to the last episode. Hopefully you did, where Derek helmed the mic and interviewed me and asked me some super fun questions.
I did.
Now the tables have turned and it's my turn.
Shit.
So I have a list of a couple questions that I thought it'd just be fun to get Dee's opinion on and stories and things. And
it's my turn to be interrogated.
It's your turn.
I'm a guest.
You're a guest
on Our Damn Podcast.
On our own couch.
Oh my gosh. I'm so happy to be on this couch that I totally helped buy.
That you did buy. You bought it. Technically not, but.
I mean, it's an IKEA couch, so it's not like, I spent any more than $120 on it.
Right.
Nice cheap couch. Holds our butts up. Couch. Nice.
Couch.
It's a nice cheap.
It's a couch head boy.
Oh, yeah. Of course, my horse. It's a couch. It holds our butts.
God damn it. Yeah, it does. It does. And we've had people sleep on it too. So that's nice. Specifically your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Wyatt.
All right.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I am. I have some thinky ones. I have some easy ones. I have some story ones. Let's go.
I lied.
What?
I'm not ready yet.
Why?
Because I'm sober.
Oh, let's fix this, shall we?
So yeah, for the second interview, it's still Green Crunch. Mm-hmm. If you missed last episode, Green Crunch is a sativa. We picked it up at Good Chem here in Denver, Colorado. And it tastes like jasmine tea. It's delicious. I'm drinking some Coke Zero. You ask a question while I lube up.
We're having a moment and you're having a cola. It's fine.
Exactly.
I didn't think you were going to laugh like that. I thought that was
I'm having a moment.
I'm having a cola.
All right, what's the question?
All right, your first question, super easy peasy icebreaker question.
Yeah.
What type of music are you into right now?
You say that's an easy question.
It's not.
It's not an easy question.
For other people, it's an easy question.
I'm always a sucker for really good instrumental electronic music.
You are.
So, I mean, that's always a good answer. That and Swedish heavy metal band Ghost.
Yeah, you are. You're very into them lately.
Yeah.
What's your favorite by them right now?
Like song or album?
Either, both. Why not answer both?
Sure.
¿Por qué no los dos?
¿Por qué no los dos? My favorite album of theirs is probably Meliora that came out in 2016.
Sure.
Meliora by Ghost was released on August 21st, 2015.
2015.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then my favorite song of theirs is probably Cerise from Meliora.
Okay.
But narrowly.
That's not the one that we scream at each other all the time, right? Just wanna be
with you in the moonlight. No, that's
Dance Macabre.
That's Dance Macabre from the new album Prequel.
Oh,
Prequel.
okay.
Prequel.
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 Three Queens.
That album focuses on the Black Death.
And it's coming for you.
So experimental electronic music.
Nice.
And
Ghost.
Ghost, most of Ghost.
It's the ghost with the most.
Ghostest with the mostest.
The ghost host.
Their sophomore album, Infestissimum, was not my favorite. Probably my least favorite of the 4 albums that they have so far.
Sure.
So yeah.
That makes sense.
That's my answer.
That makes sense.
That's my answer.
Here's a little mini thinky one.
Okay.
What is your definition of success?
My definition of success is reaching a goal that you set for yourself.
That was less thinky than I thought it was going to be.
But I can go deeper.
Do it.
So yeah, a lot of people feel like they're not being successful because they don't have what other people have, and they kind of compare themselves to other people. But success doesn't have to be other people's. Don't define success on other people and base it off of what you believe is success for other people. Like, if you see your neighbor and he gets a new job that pays well, he's got a family, he's got a nice house, he just got a new car, and you're like, wow, this person's way more successful than I am. Maybe not. Maybe that person just has a house, a car, and a family. Mm-hmm. But what if his goal in life is to be
to the moon?
Go to the moon, be a clarinet player, but he has, no time to do it because he's spending all of his time at work, at this job, and he's making a bunch of money and he's spending it appropriately, but he's not successful
in his own terms. Sure, yeah.
And to base your success on what you believe is someone else's success is a great way to never achieve your own success. Yeah. I actually wrote.
That's a great way to put it.
I actually wrote something.
Only 2 questions in.
Back in May of 2013. This was days before. Literally, I have it as a subtitle. This was finalized May 29th, 2013, days before I graduated on June 1st. May I read a couple snippets from you?
Sure.
From it to you?
Sure.
For you all?
Sure.
First off, I'd like to begin with a subject that has been on my mind for a little while now, graduation. The term success is so taboo in the domain of high school vocabulary. We hear dress for success and steps towards success and so many other graduation propaganda phrases that we all basically tune it out by the time we begin 7th grade. Once one's senior year rolls along, the term success seems to us as derogatory as any other slur spit from the mouth of students who suffer from personal issues of their own. This is unfortunate, but it's true. If you ask anyone in high school what it means to be successful, they would likely utter a response that goes far beyond cliche. To be wealthy, to have a job, to have a home and a family and a way to support them. These probable responses are paradoxical. They are practically copies of the files that are programmed into our minds as students waiting to be printed on demand. But if you look around, no one is acting upon these rehearsed definitions of success. Why not? Why must graduation seem so infinitesimal in the beginning, but by the end of 12th grade, rears its foul face, bares its ugly teeth, and guillotines your hopes and dreams? Why didn't anyone warn us? Because those who are hired don't know how.
That very much reminds me of Merrily We Roll Along. It's our time.
Breathe it in. And then near the end of the article I have, the main point I'm truly trying to make here is that in writing this 5-page theme on success, I want to tell myself and my readers that I have a goal in mind. I do. I have planned a couple steps ahead to truly get me where I want to go. I do. How I'm going to get there is not of my concern, and at this point in time, it shouldn't be. I graduate in 29 days. What I do afterwards, time will tell. And until the initial questions are asked, I will not be trying to figure things out without seeing my options first. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, success is the accomplishment of an aim or purpose, the attainment of popularity or profit, a person or thing that achieves desired aims or attains prosperity, and archaically, the outcome of an undertaking specified as achieving or failing to achieve its aims. But for me, success is simply doing what I love always.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, that was really good. That was beautiful, Bubba.
So how's that for going deeper into the question?
It was really good. I wasn't expecting it, and I enjoyed it. 10 out of 10.
Thank you.
Here's another, easy peasy one.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. What's your favorite beer right now? Beers. I'll make it plural. What are you enjoying? What are you drinking?
My favorite beer right now.
Yeah, that's what I asked.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a bunch of PBR recently because it was cheap and we wanted beer, and
Yeah.
I don't hate the taste of PBR.
No.
But I think my go-to beers are probably sour,
Yes.
saison, goza, something sort of like that.
Yeah.
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 So
Getting those bougier beers while I'm sitting on while I'm sitting and drinking my dirt tasting IPA.
a lot of people like IPAs. I
I
just don't
know.
happen to be one of those
I
people.
know.
Yeah.
I know. I think it's funny. It's like saisons and sours, and it's like IPA.
I like a good ale. I like a good wit beer.
Yeah.
I like a good Kolsch.
You don't like porters, I've realized today. Or you don't like some porters. We had a porter today at lunch, and you said
It tasted like
a
soy
soy
sauce.
sauce.
Like soy sauce without the salt.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably just my brain connecting like dark, bitter liquid
Sure.
with soy sauce.
Sure.
But I don't know. I mean, I've had some porters and some stouts that kind of tasted like what dog breath smells like. But I love Guinness, and I love the was it Left Hand Brewing?
I think so.
The Nitro Milk Stout.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty
good.
Mm-hmm.
Could drink those easy. My beer taste is a lot like my music taste. IPA is country music, and everything else it depends.
How dare you tell me I like country music? Fuck off with you.
No, IPA is country music in regards to my taste.
Sure. I get that.
Because realistically, country music is Bud Light.
Country boy, I love you.
What's my next question?
Your next one. What are some of your own personal goals in the next 5 years?
5 years is a long time.
Tell me about it.
Oh my God.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Personal
I need
goals.
to know.
I'd love to get a job that allows us to rent our own house rather than just an apartment. And I want to put a dog in it and live there with you.
Yes. That sounds lovely.
Those are the only things I can I can think of. The only things that I have in mind that I would like to achieve
That
within
sounds
5 years.
lovely.
Thank you. I think so too.
I am so down to do all of that with you. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next one.
All right, next one.
Do you have any reoccurring dreams or nightmares?
Not anymore.
Tell me about one you have had before.
Used to have a reoccurring nightmare where
Wait, I know this one. Tell me if I want to see if I'm right.
Bowser, aka King Koopa, was dressed as a train conductor, and I could see him in the distance. And I knew he was going to come to kill me.
I don't know that one.
Now you know.
Oh, I thought it was going to be the one about the coyotes eating your
No,
mom.
that's too dark.
Oh, that's the one I thought you were going to say. I've never heard this Bowser one before.
Yeah,
That sounds amazing.
yeah, pretty neat, right?
How old were you?
Probably like 3.
6? Oh,
6, maybe. No, probably 4 or 5.
okay. That makes sense.
And I remember not being.
What do you mean, like last week?
Yeah. Last night. No, that was with the whale coming up out of
whales
the
and the
flood
rats
water
and
and
the
eating the
dog
rats
and- yeah.
and a dog, and I
was
met a
great.
really nice person.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was really great.
No. Yeah.
Tell me a really, really stupid joke that makes you laugh. Doesn't have to be the greatest joke. You can literally, the question I pulled from the internet was literally, tell me the stupidest joke you have.
2 peanuts walking through the park. One was assaulted.
God damn it. There it is.
You gotta say it with the accent.
Assaulted.
One was assaulted.
All right. It's so good.
Oh, one was assaulted.
It's so good.
All right, what's next, babe?
What's your favorite word?
I like the word cosmos.
It's a fun word.
Right?
How does John know how to make a cosmopolitan?
Not as in cosmopolitan, as in like Carl Sagan.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make a joke.
Cosmos is a really good word. Just
Yeah.
because
It's pretty.
just because of the imagery that goes with it. You know,
Yeah.
you think of just galaxies and nebulas and
Yeah.
stars, and it's just everything that you just look out into the dark nothingness of the nighttime, and just slowly these images manifest themselves in your mind. It's just the cosmos,
No, it's very pretty. I like that.
which I recently learned was
It's a plural, right? Or no, it's a singular.
it's a
word.
single it's a
It's a
singular noun.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, the cosmos. There's multiple cosmos out in the great nothingness. No, it's just called the cosmos.
Are there multiple Wandas?
No, it's just one cosmos and one Wanda.
As it should be. Do you remember that episode of Fairly Odd Parents where he's on like a dating show and he's like, ladies, move out of the way. Wanda! And it was super cute. Do you
I think
remember
so,
this?
vaguely.
Okay, because that clip came up in my Tumblr recently and I'm like, I forgot how cute this was.
Also, did you know that an alternate pronunciation of cosmos is cosmos?
Cosmos. Sounds like you gave up halfway through saying it. Cosmos.
Out in the cosmos?
I'm the cosmos.
Or the cosmos?
Cosmos.
Out in the cosmos.
Out the cosmos.
The great cosmos.
Yeah. What is your most used emoji? That
Let me
requires you to get your phone. This is one that requires a prop. Okay, the crying one. The laugh cry.
The laugh cry emoji is probably my most used one.
Is it your most?
Yeah.
Noise.
Second to the mouth open and smiling, and then the 2 pink hearts.
I like how you sent me Boo Scoot Boogie earlier, and now that's forever in our text conversations.
You're welcome.
Yeah. What was the first concert you ever attended, Mr. Music Man?
Don't say that because the answer is very sad.
Tell me.
My first concert was to see headlining Attack Attack.
That's where you saw Breathe Carolina for the first time, though, right?
I saw Breathe Carolina.
Yeah.
I saw Barry Tomorrow.
Don't know
I saw Icy Stars.
I don't know
And I saw Asking Alexandria.
I don't know that one.
Yeah.
That ages you so much.
I don't know if it ages me.
It
kinda
cringes you.
It cringes me for damn sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was. I mean, Breathe Carolina used lasers and a fog machine,
Indoors.
and just to like, they're on stage, of course, and then we're down, just in the audience, and to see like the ceiling of green lasers just going out across everybody as they're playing some song about something, some upbeat Breathe Carolina song. It was like, wow. They stole the show, and it's not even their show.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
And that helped cement them being my favorite band in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got me into them in high school, which I appreciate.
And then Kyle left
Yeah.
because he wanted to raise
You wanna
his
start
daughter.
that's right.
And then the new guy came in. They released one album, and now Breathe Carolina is kind of just working with Spin Records, not actually making albums anymore, but being like electronic music producers.
Yeah.
They've changed.
Yeah.
I mean, their music's definitely, for the most part, kind of
Yeah.
boppy. But, I mean, it's definitely...
It's not Breathe Carolina anymore.
No. No, it's not Hello Fast Nation. It's not
I forgot.
Hell Is What You Make It.
I forgot about these songs.
Those are albums.
Oh, that's right. That's true.
Because they had It's Classy Not Classic, and then they had Hello Fast Nation, and then they had Hell Is What You Make It, and then they released Savages with the new guy. False. And after that, they kind of broke off into something else.
Sure.
Yeah.
We saw them at Warped Tour.
We did.
That was my first ever Warped Tour and only Warped Tour. Now it's no longer a thing.
But at least you can say you went.
I did. I'm very glad I went.
So when kids are like, we're going to Coachella year number 45, you're like, let me tell you something about music festivals. This one's called Warped Tour.
I want to go to Coachella, though. That sounds like so much fun. I know it's like all full of like white people trash, but like I want to go, especially because like little bands play there. Like fucking Sales is playing this year.
Right?
What? That sounds like fun.
As one of the small names in the bottom of the lineup.
They're playing on like a Sunday or something like that. I'm like, all right. But hey, it's a start.
But good on them.
Yeah, seriously. The little band from
And they're
basically our backyard.
And they're coming back to Denver.
I know. Hey, bub.
Hey, Chloe.
What's been on your mind lately?
Is that really the
That's
question?
a genuine question that I put on here. I came up with that myself, thank you. Just because I didn't know when we were going to record this.
Honestly, the podcast has been on my mind a lot lately.
I know. You've been talking to me about it like on and off all day today.
It's because I really want to
get
do
off the
more.
ground. Yeah, no, for
I want to
sure.
do more with this.
No, for sure. I do too.
So yeah, podcasting.
Yeah.
Our podcast in general
has
been on my mind lately because it's a passion
project.
passion pit.
Passion.
That and looking for, a job to replace my last one.
Mm-hmm.
Won't get into that, but yeah. Can I throw that question back at you? What's been on your question lately, huh?
Well, I'm asking you questions, so that I guess.
What's been on your mind lately?
I don't know. We had a friend that just moved to Arizona, so that's been kind of making me upsetty spaghetti because he's one of the first friends I've made since I lived here. So this sucks. I don't know. I've been in a weird space lately, not gonna lie.
Thanks, Wyatt, if you're listening, and if you're not, fuck you.
I've been in a very fuck you, man. Well, the thing is, because he reminds me of my brother back home, my friend Austin, that I've known pretty much my entire life. So it was like having an extension of my family back home, like my friend group, and it was really cool. And then he just kind of dropped it on us a couple weeks ago. He's like, "By the way, I'm moving to Arizona. Bye." And we're like, "Fuck you, no."
I think I'm going to move to Phoenix. I think I'm going to move to Phoenix early March.
3 days later.
Early March is in a week and a half. Yeah, I know early March is in a week and a half, but it's not set in stone yet. A couple days later. So I'm definitely leaving in a week and a half. We're like,
I'm definitely moving in a week and a half.
I'm leaving Saturday.
You guys want to come get trash at my house for like the next week? And we're like, of course.
It's like, yeah, I leave Sunday night. Hey, I'm leaving Friday. Also, Wednesday's the last day we can hang out. It's like, dude, what the fuck?
So I've been in a weird space because of that and just work and all this other stuff going on.
Sure.
Yeah. Like people flaking on me and like just a mix of emotions because of life in general. Yeah. Anyway, totally different change of subject.
Okay.
What's your happy place? If you could go there right now, where would you go? What would you want to be a happy place? I don't know. However you want to.
How many questions was that?
I mean, the basic is like, what's your happy place? But if you couldn't think of one, I was giving you other ways to answer that question.
Yeah, probably at home with you.
Aww.
Well, to be fair.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, but I wanted to see if you come up with it first.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like spending time with you. So.
What's your okay? No, you finished.
If I were to go somewhere with you, like that's not home.
Yeah. I like how it's with me.
Of course it's with you. I mean, unless I need alone time, you make, your presence makes it better. So it makes it more of a happy place than if you weren't there.
Everybody grab your vomit buckets.
Ew.
That's really gross. I'm sorry. You have to edit that later.
I might not.
Okay.
I'd probably want to go to the mountains with you or to a park or
just be out in nature.
True Brewing Company, having some beer.
Just go do something fun. Just something easy that we like to do, I guess.
Yeah. Nice cool day. I'd play around in the snow. Mm. So yeah, I'd say those are my happy places.
I like it.
Of course you do. You're a part of it.
What's one thing your mom or dad taught you that really like stuck with you?
If an inanimate object isn't working, don't hit it. Because you might lose to the toaster.
That's true. Forgot that story. That's good.
For context, my father once got really frustrated with one of our toasters because it was a cheap toaster with like a plastic handle on it, and the handle would not go down. He couldn't get his toast toasted. He was getting mad. It was frustrating, and he tried to smack it down. The plastic bit broke off, and he cut his hand open with the metal bit that was hiding under and had to get stitches. And I'm like, so hitting toasters is probably not a good idea. So that's something I learned from my father. And, what have I learned from my mother? A lot of things. Yeah. Especially, being strong and keeping your head up during some of the shittiest times of your life imaginable.
Like a literal hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or other deeper, more emotional things.
Sure.
Yeah. It's just, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Time heals all wounds. Mm. And just keep your head up, stay confident, do the best you can. And, she's grown a lot from what she's taught me within my lifetime. And I've grown a lot with what she's taught me as well. So, yeah.
It's nice. I like that one.
Stay strong.
Yeah.
You'll be okay.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
And if you ever need help, just say, Mom, I need you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
What's one of your guilty pleasures?
BuzzFeed Unsolved.
I know. I would like this to be a mostly not BuzzFeed house, but I'll let you watch that.
I know. BuzzFeed is
disappointing, degrading.
Has really become a dumpster fire.
They have. Every one of their good creators is left already.
Except Shane and Ryan of BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Yeah, I guess.
And yes, I feel guilty. But at the same time, how could you?
Yeah, whatever.
Hey there, demons. It's me. Ya
Ya
boy.
And what other, like, that show just gives me so much, like, I don't care for it. So when I hear you have it on, I'm like, fuck. Like, at least, like, read a book about it. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's the thing about the paranormal is
Watch one documentary. Like,
it's really hard to do things wrong when you never have any concrete evidence of what actually truly works, you know?
I know. Just...
I mean, I get it. They're not taking it as seriously as you'd like them to, but also it's BuzzFeed, and it's
Exactly
a guilty
my
pleasure. It's a
problem.
guilty pleasure.
Okay.
You're gonna judge me so harshly on my guilty
No,
pleasures.
I'm sorry. I had to just express my opinion.
This is
Sorry.
my interview.
I'm sorry. I feel bad.
Don't.
I do.
Don't. Smoke some more.
When you were a kid, what were some of the jobs you wanted to have? And do they line up with what you want to do now?
When I was in middle school going into high school, I really liked watching crime shows, and I wanted to be a forensic scientist.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'll just get into law enforcement in general and, you know, fight bad guys.
I can't imagine you in that position now.
Hell no. And then, of course, I've always wanted to write music. I've wanted to be an actor, a writer, a comedian.
Be an entertainer.
Be an entertainer. Yeah, just something in the performative, creative
Yeah.
realm of careers. And I still do want to do that. When I was in high school, it's when I started drinking way too much coffee. And I'm like, I want to work at Starbucks. And then I did.
No thanks.
I mean,
Again, we're not a Starbucks house either.
yeah.
We like good coffee in our household. Thank you.
Now Howard Schultz is making a joke of himself running for president.
Yeah. Da, 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 You don't have to answer this, but I wanted to see if you had an answer for it.
Okay.
This is just like a for me kind of thing. Like I just want to see if you had a response at all.
Sure.
What's your best first kiss like? What was your favorite?
It was without a doubt, hands down, no bias, actually you.
Why? Tell me the story again. That was 8 years ago, my dude.
Because it was after school one day. And we were outside of the theater shop waiting for our
Your
parents to
mom?
come pick
Your mom specifically.
your mom.
No, your mom.
It was November 22nd, 2011. We were listening to Owl City, specifically the remix of Hello Seattle off of the Ocean Eyes Deluxe Edition.
It's still good, though.
It's a bop.
I listened to it the other day. It's still good.
And around 4:07 is when we're like, we're going to kiss each other.
We've liked each other for so long at that point.
And it was very nice. So yeah, that's
But
the answer
yeah.
to your joke question.
I've told you this before, but I want to say it in the podcast. Because it's one of the most stupid parts of this story. So my ex-boyfriend was behind the theater shop too, just doing something, like some bullshit thing. And
Being his bullshit
you
self.
went to go have a phone call with your mom
Uh-huh.
because she was on her way to come get us. And he walks over to me and he goes, I thought they were gay. And I'm like, no. And it's just like, why? Why would you ever think that was okay to tell me? Like, fuck
I mean,
you.
I'm flattered, but
Ew.
not in that kind of way. Just
can-
the fact that he looked at me and didn't think straight man.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
But just, that's
What's your next question?
your next question.
My next question. What's my next question?
What's your most cherished childhood memory?
When I turned 5 years old, I went to Walt Disney World for the first time, and it was very magical, and I liked it a
Changed your
lot.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as like a childhood memory, that was probably one of the few highlights.
Sure.
Yeah. I also liked when my brother and I would go to Dreher Park and climb the trees as high as we could.
I love Dear Evan Hansen.
Very different plot.
I know. If your life was a movie or book, what would the title be? I want to know what your answer for this is, because we make that joke of like someone will say something and it's like, that's my memoir. So I want to like see if you actually have like a title or if you're going to go with a joke answer.
It's so much harder to be creative on the spot. On the front of it, it'll be a photo of a waffle with a smiley face drawn on and with maple syrup.
Yeah.
And it'll say, somewhat impressed, mostly depressed.
I like it. I want to get that as a tattoo.
Because a waffle is impressed, but mostly depressed.
I want to get that as a tattoo.
Thank you.
I do.
So that would be my, that would be the name of,
title?
at least a memoir.
For sure.
A title of a memoir if I were to write a memoir. But if somebody were to write a movie or book and like the subject of it is my life,
Sure.
rather than like a biography or a memoir or an autobiography or anything like that,
What do you want?
Till the Stars Fall.
Cute.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay.
Okay.
So my follow-up is,
Uh-huh.
if you could have anybody narrate your book, who and why?
Ben Platt, because goddamn.
Oh, yes, please. That'd be emotional.
Right?
And I'm all about it. It's a great answer.
Thank you.
I love it.
Because I feel like a lot of my childhood would really help utilize the emotion that he does when he's performing and acting. You know, he cries, and when he cries, he fucking
You can
cries.
see the streaks in his like stage makeup, and it's so depressing but so beautiful to look at because he's like so invested in his work.
But he has such an amazing voice.
Yeah,
And
even just his speaking voice is beautiful.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And a personality that I think would really reflect my personality growing up.
I love it.
Yeah.
Great answer. 11 out of 10. Hey, music recommendation. Go.
Jesus Christ.
Favorite song, artist, album. You can answer all three.
Artist, Entropy Worship.
Ooh.
Yeah. They've got a few tracks, a couple singles, and like an EP. Experimental electronic group,
Of Tomorrow.
Epcot. I don't remember the name of the album, but my favorite album of theirs is the one that has the scorpion on the front.
Sure.
Some really dark electronic, very minimalistic in some points, just a really droning beats to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great nighttime album to listen to. If you need to like zone out and the sun's already set, put on Entropy Worship.
Nice.
If you're a highly paranoid person, you might feel like you're in a movie and you're being like watched through the windows by an alien. It's really hard to explain.
It's actually me. I like it.
Yeah, Entropy Worship. So
Yeah.
that's an immediate just
Sweet.
music recommendation. Listen to Entropy Worship.
Sure. What's one of your just go-to in general albums? Like what's something...
Meliora by Ghost.
All right, cool. Next question. If you had the ability to erase something that you did from your past, what would it be?
I really can't answer that question because I would hate to watch it butterfly effect into a different future, and I like where I am right now.
Okay.
For the most part, yeah, there are some downs, but I wouldn't change my life
Okay.
unless I could just manage to win the lottery, and my past would have been yesterday, and I won the lottery yesterday.
Sure.
That would probably be the one thing I'd change,
All
is
right.
not winning the lottery yesterday.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take it. A good old go-to question. If you could tell your younger self something, what would you say? That kid.
Buckle up.
Buckle up, Buttercup. That kid's called a filler question.
Life sucks, but it's worth it. Have fun while you can.
I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one to live by.
Yeah. I'm living by it right now.
Sweet.
Life sucks, but it's worth it. And I'll have fun when I can.
Yeah.
While I can.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. Thank you.
If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be and why?
So one thing I would change about myself if I could would probably be my teeth. I wish I had better teeth.
Oh, what?
My point exactly. I wish I had better teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, my teeth are not great genetically. So I would change that. So my teeth, I fixed my teeth.
Okay.
I'll say that again when you finish yawning. It's okay. You're fine. I know.
All done.
I know. Holy shit. Oh, God damn it. I hope you have your next question queued up.
I do. I have my whole list up, dude. All right. If a genie granted you 3 wishes, what would you ask for?
I'd wish for financial stability in the sense that we can have money set aside for emergencies. We can go to Target without feeling bad, and we can pay rent and live where we want to. So financial stability,
Sure.
time that I could give to myself for self-care, health, and exercise,
Yeah.
and for the genie to be free.
You're free.
I'm a free genie! Bye, bitches! I'm going on vacation. And you can play my vacation on the Aladdin DVD 2-disc special edition.
I know exactly what you're talking about because I also had that DVD.
So those would be my 3 wishes.
I like those.
Thanks.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Those are wholesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if the genie's free, then we're best friends. And if I ever need a little helping hand, or, I notice that some charity needs some money, I'd be like, hey, genie, do you want to do me a solid since I freed you and help out with some charity work? Mm-hmm. It's easy. You just need to do your genie thing
Yeah.
and help make the world a better place.
For sure.
Yeah.
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 Ready for the next one?
I'm ready for the next one.
What are you most thankful for?
Having people in my life that love me and are there for me.
That's really sweet.
It's the most true answer I could give.
Which brings me to my next question conveniently. What would happen if your parents didn't like me? Would you still want to be with me? Because let's remember that was a different time in our relationship.
If they didn't like you just because of who you were, if you saying that you're the same person as you were, they just happen to not like me, then they would be wrong. But they weren't wrong, which I'm thankful for. Mm-hmm. But they'd be wrong, and that wouldn't matter.
Yeah. So you would still be with me?
Yeah. I mean, unless they didn't like you for a reason that doesn't happen
Sure.
outside of this AU where they don't like you. But,
Sure.
in that case, they probably have a reason, and who knows where we'd be in the future. But
Right.
that's not the case. So, no, I'd totally still be with you.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
We're almost at the end of my list.
Already?
Ooh, I got 3 questions left, my dude. What's on your bucket list? Give me 5 things on your bucket list.
One thing, and this is one bucket list item. Go to
Get a
every
house
Disney park.
and a dog.
It's more of a short-term goal than a bucket
Yeah,
list
boy.
thing. Bucket list thing would be to visit all 5 Disney parks with time to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
5, right?
Are you counting U.S.? Because are you counting like Disneyland? Because we haven't been there yet. Because
I guess the other parks.
Disneyland, DCA, Tokyo.
I count those as one park,
Okay,
just like
so
Walt Disney.
Disneyland, Tokyo, Shanghai, Hong Kong, Paris. There's 7. So you go to all 7 with me?
My bucket list item, basically would be
Yeah.
to go to every other Disney park that we haven't been to yet with you, with
like it.
enough time to explore
Really absorb
and take it in.
For sure. That's on mine too.
Yeah, so that
I need FOMO.
travel specifically to
Tell me.
Iceland, Scotland,
Yes.
Ireland,
Yes.
New Zealand,
Yes.
Paris,
Yes.
London,
Yes.
Alaska,
Yes.
still in the US, but
I'm
way
looking-
up there.
I'm looking for it. There's one I'm surprised you haven't said yet.
Australia, South Africa. Which one are you thinking?
I'm so surprised you haven't said Japan or Tokyo.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Because you haven't said that one. That's always in my top 3.
And Japan,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really surprised you didn't say that one.
So those are like sub lists from the bucket list.
Yeah.
So many lists.
I know.
We could
My
list all these
top 10 lists.
We could list all these lists in a list of listy lists
Sure.
with sub lists.
Sure.
I'd like to write and publish a book.
Yes. Do it. You could do that too. That's the thing.
Sub list would be a novel, a memoir, a book of poems.
Yeah.
I have so many passion projects,
I know.
which kind of goes into my other thing.
Yes.
Would be to like release some music that people like, I guess if we keep the whole content idea up, I'd love to work as an actor or work with film.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'll like it.
Like maybe like some short films or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be super cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll like it.
So that would be my, I guess, top 5 on the bucket list.
That sounds really cool. I'll like it. Alrighty, ready?
I'm ready for your next question.
This job mostly pertains to like job field. I mean, you kind of answered this already, but I want to see if like you can like go a little bit deeper into this conversation. If you could do anything besides what you're doing now, what would it be and why?
If the question is outside of like coffee and customer service, yeah, definitely I'd want to create. I'd want to, write or act or, make music, something like that. But what's hard about that is you can't just find a full-time paying job as a novelist.
No, that's true.
That's like something that you just have to build the steps for and then take those steps.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the time or don't have the ability to take those steps, then because you're doing something else that's actually keeping a roof over your head in the meantime, makes it really hard to pursue something that doesn't guarantee you, bills paid and food in the fridge.
Right.
So,
yeah, that's the tricky part.
But that's what I'd want to do.
Sure. What so far has been one of the greatest accomplishments you've made?
Our move here. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I met you. I fell in love with you. We got jobs. We got married. We saved up and we moved across the country.
Yeah, we did.
Successfully without dying.
Yeah. Without the car breaking down. Without anything falling out of the back of the car. We had enough money for gas and food. It was great. It worked out perfectly.
Like we set a goal and then we're like, you know what? Let's actually do this. Let's actually do this within the next year. Let's see how soon we could do it. Mm-hmm. And we just fucking did it.
We did it. We just went ahead and did the thing. And I'd say that's easily one of the best decisions we've made as a couple so far.
Yeah, and it's got to be my biggest accomplishment is setting this goal with you and meeting it.
Yeah.
Because if we hadn't just bit the bullet and done it, I would have never thought that we could have done it, especially considering where we were in the circumstances that we were in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we did it, and here we are.
I like it.
So that.
Who are some of your favorite content creators right now, like YouTube wise?
I've always liked watching Mitchell Davis since I found him, and artistically, he's definitely a big influence of mine. I'm inspired by and would love to, in one way or another, emulate his artistic abilities, his eye for things. His photography is great, and it kind of just really helps you understand kind of how his brain works. He's inspired my music taste through graduating high school. He's inspired some of the content that I've made in the past. So Mitchell Davis is definitely on the top of that list there. Mm-hmm. Not so influential, but more just content creators that I've been enjoying the content of would be the Holy Trinity. Well, it's not even a trinity, just the group of content creators that are Cody Ko, Drew Gooden, Danny Gonzalez, Curtis Connor. Just that genre of reacting to dumb shit online and giving your opinion for it. It's just really entertaining. So I've been digging that. Game Grumps, always Game Grumps.
Yeah.
Because they're so funny and personable, and I feel like I'm not watching a gameplay. I'm watching two friends playing a game. Kill Count is great with James A. Junius. We talked about that in the last episode. That's just quality content. Very heartfelt, ironically, when it's about tallying up deaths in horror films. Oh, and another really popular content creator that I've really been enjoying is Soft's videos. Sophia Nygaard.
Sophia! Oh, man.
Her and Tyler.
Sophia. Oh, and the Try Guys, my dude.
The Try Guys, my dude.
Ever since
after they broke off of BuzzFeed.
When they got their own channel, yeah.
So good, so good.
I love it.
So yeah, those probably.
Those are great. What is something that's really popular now, but in 5 years we'll look back and be like, the fuck?
Fidget spinners. Wait, those are out?
Wait.
Honestly, the newest iPhone in 5 years is probably gonna just look like a potato.
Probably.
I would just say, like, just technology where it is right now, in 5 years will probably be laughable.
What's your favorite kind of cheese?
Oh my God. That is such a hard question. It really depends on what this cheese is being used for. To have a favorite cheese in general, like if I were to just snack on cheese, would have to be Munster. If it's hot and breaded, mozzarella, hands down. If it's in a grilled cheese, Swiss. If the burger has arugula, go Swiss. If the burger has bacon, go provolone. If the burger has fried egg, go pepper jack. And if the burger's on a pretzel bun, go smoked Gouda.
I want to try all of that now. I'm so hungry.
So yeah, I can't really pick a favorite.
Yeah.
Overall.
Just kind of depends on what you're eating.
Munster, if I'm eating it straight.
Sure. So,
Yes.
instead of, like the whole fighting and war and things, how would you like other countries to solve their problems?
Red Rover. Send Korea right over.
Send Germany.
I don't know, maybe talking to each other, listening, and working out a compromise like fucking adults.
Mm-hmm. What's the most imaginative insult you can think of?
I feel like some of the most interesting insults are if you put like a verb ending in ER after a noun and just calling them that Mad Lib of an insult. Like, shut the fuck up, you cat kicker, because it throws them off their guard. One I heard once, it sounds very like insulting. That is calling someone a cherry picker. Because you're like, wow, that's offensive. And it's like, not really. Mm-hmm. What's offensive about picking cherries?
Right.
It's not targeting a specific anybody.
Yeah.
A cherry picker.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Lint liquor. That's another good example of my insult, though.
Yeah.
Give me a noun.
Horse.
Give me a verb.
Punch.
Yeah, horse puncher.
Yeah. That's a good way to do it.
Get out of my house, you chair licker.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it.
You butt sniffer. Come on.
Come on. With you, my friend Dan. Come on. That's probably one of my favorite jokes. If you could pick, what animal best describes your personality?
If you took a unicorn and a narwhal and had a narwhal the color of a unicorn with the magical attributes of that unicorn, I'd be a magical narwhal. What the fuck was that? Did you hear that?
That sounded like a demon.
It sounded like a possessed person. Mm-hmm. Wow. So probably that, a magical narwhal.
Yeah.
Or just a narwhal in general, because they're super cool.
They really are.
And
They're
also
really
very
neat.
majestic. Yeah. You ever seen a video of just a pod of narwhals just swimming together and their tusks coming up out of the water?
It's really like serene to watch.
Yeah.
If you were challenged to a duel, what weapon would you use?
If it's time to duel, then I don't know what a weapon I'd use, but I'd turn it sideways.
Gotta use Heart of the Cards.
Heart of the Cards.
Heart of the Cards.
I had 4 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons in high school. Do I still have any Yu-Gi-Oh cards that my brother gave me?
I don't know.
Josiah gave me a few, and he's like, you can build it. This is going to be your starter deck. And we never played, like, ever. I use my several Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons.
Oh my god.
Against your one Blue Eyes White Dragon. My Dragon's Ultimate.
Cool. What would be the funniest thing to fill a piñata with?
Oh my god, that's a fucking question.
Yeah.
Mini dildos.
Yeah, boy.
Specifically the ones with the balls and the suction cup.
Yes.
So they'll fall out, kind of bounce around. Some of them will just get stuck on the floor and stick straight up.
Oh, especially if you're playing on like a driveway or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. That's nice.
So once that piñata breaks and everyone's excited, a bunch of multicolored little penises just fall out and bounce around on your garage floor.
My birthday's in 2 days.
Cut. So yeah, probably dildos.
What are some things you'd put in a mental health first aid kit?
Mini dildos. I'd put one of the little mini Yankee candles of probably a pine tree scent.
Sure.
I'd put in one of my pocket operators. So if I need some mental health, I need to distract myself with drum sequencing. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Hold on. A caviar cone and speed dial to my mother. No. A notepad and paper to doodle, scribble, and write in.
Sure.
Some bubble wrap.
I like that.
Thank you. I specifically have matches to light the candle with
Yeah.
because just lighting matches is very
It's
therapeutic.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot.
Yeah. And some Lindor truffles.
Yes.
Or Ferrero Rochers.
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 Ferrero Rocher. It's not French, though. It's Italian, so it's
know.
Rocher.
I know, but I just thought it was funny.
Ferrero Rochers.
Rochers.
Ferrero Rochers.
It's a row of chairs.
So that would be my first date. I need to make that.
You do. You really
Like, that's
do.
something you could easily make at
Sell
home.
it on Etsy for like $30.
Listen, mental health is something that we all struggle with. I struggle with it.
I do too.
You know, your friends struggle with it. Your family struggles with it. And it's never given enough attention. And that's why we're sponsored by BetterHelp.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
An online counseling service that's affordable and available.
Are you just gonna cut that whole bit?
We'll see.
All right, cool. Anyway, what 3 activities that you've done would you rate 10 out of 10 and would do it again?
Riding Disney rides with my wife. Playing in the snow
With my wife.
with my wife. 10 out of 10. Seeing Ninja Sex Party live. 10 out of 10 would do again.
That was a bomb concert.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's 10. Should we wrap up? It's actually 10:07.
That's up to you. Are you having fun? You want to cut it short?
I have to go to bed. I have to go to work tomorrow.
Okay, Grandma.
Bitch. Well, I think that's going to do it for us here. I do have one more super stupidly lovey-dovey question to ask you before we head out.
We're going sappy on the last question.
are.
Okay, let's go sappy on the last
I
question.
have the reins
Let's
on
do
this
it.
podcast.
Yeah, maple syrup.
Why do you love me? Give me 2 reasons why.
Because you make me incredibly happy. You know, just spending time with you, just making jokes with you, creating with you. It makes me happy. And it's just, I love that. And I love you also because you are such a loving, incredible, selfless person. And you're always there for me. And you care for me and you listen. And you're a shoulder to cry on. And it's just, you know, the best of both worlds. When I'm happy with you, when I'm with you, I'm happy. And when I'm not happy, I know I can be with you.
I love you.
I love you too.
Well, friends, I hope that was fun listening to me ask Dee a bunch of questions.
I hope you enjoyed listening to the answers to those bunches of questions. Those bunches of
Sean
questions.
Connery.
Yes.
All right.
If you like our podcast, please make sure that you're following us on our social media sites. We've got a Twitter.
We've got an Instagram.
We've got a Facebook. We've got a Patreon as well.
Heck yeah, we do.
So you can always support us on patreon.com/ourdamnpodcast and check out the tiers there. If you can help out, please help out. And if you can't, share it and let other people know that we exist and you listen to our cringy asses.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
No, I just wanted to say thank you for listening and hanging out with us. And can't wait to hang out again. Oh, yeah, one thing. Don't forget.
Have a damn good day. Night.